So you're going to school, so you're making trips regularly to Deptford.
Yeah.
You mentioned your cousin.
Yeah.
What cousin or cousins was you going to check at that time?
Yeah, so my cousin, music, Bearman.
I'm like Bearman.
Yeah, so he lived in Deptford. So yeah, I'd spend all my time there every single weekend, every 6-week holidays. Like, yeah, that was the spot.
Was that where you started getting into the whole MCing thing and the whole music, or?
I think that was just when I would like express myself, like growing up young, like we're all like musicians or into music, so we'd all play about and stuff. But I would say, yeah, it wasn't until I was like about 13, 14 when I just would listen to my brother and my cousins. They had their own little crew called Elite Force. And I just thought, yo, this is like a vibe, I want to be involved.
And is that when you used to start going like back to back in the kitchen and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I know some stuff.
Yeah.
Is that when you was going back to back? So is like, how did you think? Oh, like, because you're a girl. There's loads of boys. They're all older than you.
Yeah.
How did you get to the point where it's like, I want to do what they're doing?
You know, it was like I just used to hear them barring all the time. So then I would like spit my brother's bars because obviously I know them, and I'll spit everyone's bars. And then it came to a point like I want to make my own kind of thing. So I just went away one day and I just wrote my own little thing, and I'd be like, oh, like, hear this. What do you think?
Do you remember that bar?
Oh.
Because I do. You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say to you.
Told me it before, but yeah, you remember it though.
Yeah, but now I'm like, was that mine or was that my brother's?
Yeah, you've mixed them together.
Now I'm lost.
Yeah. Okay,
I think it was his, me. Oh, in a minute.
Why?
Why did all bars used to be like that? Me, oh, in a minute, mine.
Yeah,
Oh
all the time.
my gosh.
Yeah, so, okay, so you start
I think that was his. Sorry.
Yeah, I think so. That rings a bell. But that's probably the one you told everyone, this is my bar,
Yeah.
until you...
No, do you know what? I'm from the southeast. Come to the ends and there'll be no peace. If you come to the ends, don't come on your own. That was the one that was his, but I would tell everyone that was mine.
Okay, fair enough. So you started to get involved, go back to back, you're spitting in the kitchen and that.
Yeah.
Rumour has it that you got like, people would hear you at the window.
Yeah.
And then certain men then would knock for you and be like, yo, we want to go back to back with you and that. Yeah. So tell us about that period and who them guys were and how they played a part in your journey.
So that said bar that I just spat, I was spitting that in my room actually. And they've walked past and they've heard me. So they just knocked on the door and said, Raw, like, was you just spitting? And I was like, yeah. And it was like, oh, sick, can we go back to back? So I'm like, all right, I just run the rhythm. And we went back to back on my doorstep.
No fear.
No fear, which is so, do you think someone could be like, oh, spit a bar now? Yeah. And I'm just going to start barring off? Like,
yeah, I was gonna tell you to just spit something, but you're not going to do it, are you?
But like, I'm annoyed that I'm not going to just spit it. Like, I should be like, do you know what I mean? That's how it used to be growing up, and that's what I kind of miss, to be fair. But yeah, and from that moment on, we formed a little crew. Mastermind Youth Team, yeah. I think actually the first bar that I wrote was, oh yeah, we're gonna spit on a mic like me, what I spat on that track.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think that was the first one.
And you was young, and you was like, what, 13, 14?
13, 14.
Yeah, that's crazy. So you was obviously Mastermind Youth Team because your older brother, your older cousins was Mastermind Trooperz.
Yeah.
Who was in that?
So you had my brother Fender, you had Bearman, you had Mr. D, which is also my cousin. You had Blazer, who's like a video director now, crazy, Anton Dixon. And you had Bubsy, also a big
crazy as well. Big up them, man.
Yeah. And you had KO.
Oh yeah, KO.
Have I missed anyone out? There used to be a girl in it before I came in. I forgot what her name was, but she used to be there. But it was just like, why have you got her when...
Yeah, when I'm...
And I think it was from then when I said to myself, do you know what? I'm going to get in the main one. You're not just going to palm me off and have me in the youngers.
So is it fair to say you kind of took her spot?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I don't know what was going on with her. Maybe she was like finding music long, or I don't even know what the situation was.
Do you know her now? Like if you walk past her, wow.
No.
Well, big up her.
Big up her.
Yeah. So you got Mastermind Trooperz, then you lot started Mastermind Youth Team.
Yeah.
Who is in that crew now?
All right, so then it was me, and it was Fender again, in, like, mad coincidence.
Oh,
that
he
was
wasn't
called Fender.
actually naturally younger Fender.
No, he was just called Fender, but he spells it with an A, so D-A, whereas obviously we're all D-E.
I didn't know that, you know.
I know,
Wow, you
literally.
taught me something, yeah.
That was just on a random. So me, Fender, you had Zerk, which was short for Berserk, and then you had Rival. Yeah, that was it, just us four.
Right, and again, you was the only girl. Yeah. Okay, so what was that like? What was that journey like?
It was kind of short-lived. I think we done that song, and that was it. we didn't do anything else.
Tell people about the song, like, because it was at the end of one of the Mastermind Trooperz tunes, isn't it?
Yeah, so the Mastermind Trooperz tune was called Storm. Yeah. And then at the end, we just came through and done our own song. Yeah. Did it even have a name? I don't even know if it had a name right now, but we just at the end of Storm. And if you listen to that beat, that's actually drinking beer before drinking beer was drinking beer.
I remember that. Yeah. I clocked that.
Yeah.
And did Boobsy produce that?
Yeah, Boobsy produced that. Yo, what the? Yeah. At the start of every tune.
Every tune. Okay, so that was short-lived. It wasn't like a long...
No.
So did you do any more tunes than that?
No, that was it just with them. And I don't know what happened. Like, I think maybe Zerk went pen or something. Like, do you know what I mean? Everyone broke up and started doing different things. Right. And I just forced my way into the oldest, boy. Yeah.
You made that transition swift as well. Yeah. So, obviously, you was in school when you was on Channel U. Yeah. Was everyone on, like everyone knew what was going on?
Yeah, and it was crazy for me because I didn't have Channel U. I was on Virgin them times, you know what I mean? Lame. I never had Sky. Like, now I don't have Sky. I'm still Virgin. So I never got to like, it was only if I was at my friend's house by chance and it's come on and I've seen myself. I'm like, raw, that's mad. But like a lot of people had Sky, so they was like, oh, raw, like you're doing your thing, yeah. So yeah, it was interesting time. Okay,
so then moving on a little bit from there, you've started spitting with the olders now. Yeah. So your Bearmans, your Fenders, your Mr. D's, you've got a few other cousins that did music too. Yeah. That was also from Lewisham. Yeah. So you had man like Doktor. And Drastic at the time. What was that like? Because obviously they was repping South Agents who was making a name for themselves as well. Yeah. What was it like having like all of them family members?
It was good. It was good. It was great for me because my mum would just let me go and do whatever because I'm with family. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, cool. You're with your brother, you're with your cousins, you're with family, so you can stay out late. You can go pirate radio till God knows what hour. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm with them. So it was always cool and I always felt like protected. I know it's difficult for certain ladies, you know, being the only girl in a crew and, you know, it's just man them that you know from the ends and, do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's just something else. They have different agendas than men, or they could do, but I was always safe in that respect. So I'm lucky.
Yeah. Has Doktor learnt your name yet?